monday.com. So the first step is to sign up since we don't have an account. But if you have an account, you can just log in. Now we are signing up and they're asking us, say, hey there, what brings you to what you say here? What brings you here? So me, I want to say, of course, it's going to be between personal, it can be work, it can be school, it can be non-profit, and then it can be personal use as well. So let us put it at personal or let us put it at work. And then we can say, okay, they're asking what best describes your role. Like I've always mentioned, if you want to enjoy the best, just take the what the director or the business owner. Okay, then you say continue. Now they're asking how many people are in your team. For me now, I want to say that I have about 11 to 15 people in my team. And then asking how many people work at your company. You can say 20 to what? To 49. Then we say continue. Now it says select what you like to manage first. And me, I like it to be project management, or it can be anything here. Anything here can just go, but just give them what they want to hear from you. So you can say, okay, continue. And then say, select what you like to focus on first. And of course, it's going to be task management. Then go to the next. And say, one last question. How did you hear about us? This one, they just like apropos. They just do like amebo. So I understand. But then now, we just give them a what? A lift, and then we'll continue. Okay. Now that we have reached here now, the next step is to tell it to continue, and then it should take us to our what? To our work space or to our dashboard or whatever you call it. Now it says who else is on your team? Who else is on your team actually is asking you for you to be able to or give them an email address belonging to any of the members of the staff that you're working with. Okay. And then once you enter that now, you can start be able to use your account. Some of you know the year well. Don't when you're in a public meeting, please learn to off your mic. Monday Samuel Udo, not the year word. Don't talk one thing 10 times. Now see the not see the year. So now I'm going to have to enter the emails. So you that is watching it now, you have to see how it is done. So I will you can just copy the mail and send to the person to what to come and join you. So having done this and having added the invite for all our members, we'll do what? You can say, okay, invite the team. Now you're going to receive emails on your mailbox telling you that you have been invited to this place. So now the next thing is that you say, let's start working together. Give your board a name. It could be marketing, it could be sales, it could be sales pipeline or quarterly or roadmap, whatever. So me now, I'm going to call it what? Otanwa what? Otanwa project. Yes, Ottawa projects, and they are asking you, let's select the relevant columns for your what? For your board. So these columns are going to be important in managing your out, in managing everything you are going to be doing here. So, of course, these are things that will make my board unique and help me to manage my board efficiently. So I need the priority, I need the timeline, I need maybe I need the last update so I can know when people actually updated the task. Okay, and then I don't need budget. I think I'm okay with this. I'll just okay next. Now it says add a layout. The layout actually is asking you to select how you want your board to look like. So when you're on Trello now, you can work with Gantt because you are using a trial version. You can only work with Gantt, but I'm sure. Sorry, you can actually work with Kanban on Trello. But here now, you can actually test out any of them. We have the Kanban view, we have the table view, we have the Gantt, we have the cards, timeline, and what? Calendar. So I'm going to select the table as my default what? As my default. Then I will say, okay, next. Now it is now asking me my tasks. Now the task that I have, of course, depends on the kind of things that I'm doing. If I am doing a sewing job, maybe they gave me a job to sew, an attire for all the senators in Nigeria. Maybe I live in one of those big places in Abuja where they, I'm a big fashion company owner. Like this Ottawa is actually a big fashion company. So they now tell me, okay, now we have now gotten our project or our contract as what Ottawa contract, and now they say we should submit our our this thing now here. So now the task now is on this our contract now, we need to buy materials to sew the cloth. We need to, you know, we need to buy material to sew the cloth. We need to buy thread. We need to cut, the materials. We need to do whatever. So those cut material, buy thread, maybe buy the needle, buy me machine oil, buy me pin, and all those things. Those things are what? Those are little little tasks that make up what this project or this contract. So what do you do now? You can actually enter them here. However, even if you don't enter them here, you can still go there and what and do them. So I will just leave it. I will not do anything here. I will just go forth and do it inside the board so that I can actually understand how it is done. So I will say next. Now it's a group project to better organize, blah 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 blah. So now it's just simply asking you, we have to do here, we have completed. Okay. Inside of Trello, we have to do, doing, and what? And done. But that will depend on what you are doing, because it's not only about that. When you have other projects, like maybe for instance, you want to bake a cake, you have to go and what buy your materials. That one can be your what your shopping stage. Then after the material, you have to still come and do what and mix. So the mixing can be a stage. You can actually put mixing here instead of this to do. Then after you have mixed the cake now, you can still put another group called what? Called baking or oven work, which is you putting the cake or the dough inside the oven. And after the dough actually has been in the oven for maybe I don't know how many hours it takes bakers to bake a cake. When you're done with that now, you can now do what? You can now say, okay, the next stage will now be what? The design. Unless the client told you, please, I don't want all those your sugar. Don't waste your money on sugar and designing and form that, whatever. Just give me my cake as it is. So if the cake actually involves you to do design and put all those sugar and all those things, it means you're going to do what? Designing. Then when you're not finished with your design, you can now say, okay, done, right? So that will now be like 4 or 5 stages or 4 or 5 groups in your what in your contract, and that is how you do what that is how you are going to what to group the tasks that are inside of your what of your project or your contract. So let us now have that at the back of our mind, and then we can now do what we can now continue. But for me now, I just want to go like that because okay, get started. Now we are now in our what in our monday.com dashboard. This is our money.com what environment. And before we go anything, it will be good for you to understand. It will be good that you understand some of the things that we have here. Let's continue. Now, this is our project. This is our what? Our monday.com, and this is our environment. So if I go to home now, this will be my dashboard. It will tell me, okay, you can see now I have somebody here. This is Roy and all of that. So you can see now we are now here and it's telling us what we are doing for the last some time. You can see that they say we recently visited what Ottawa project. Okay, just like that. So this is just it now. We don't have any stuff here. This is our workspace. Now listen up again. Your workspace is more or less like your what? Like your company. So this is my workspace. It is not named, but I can still do what? I can still rename it. I can come in here and I can choose to what to rename it by maybe I can simply just come to the workspace and do what click on this small arrow here or click on it here and do what change it. I can call it maybe which what maybe Otanwa what company limited. Now this is the name of our what our company. Okay, and we have a lot of what projects like the first one or the first project here is what is Ottawa project. Okay, so this is our company now, and if you have other companies like for instance you can have this is Ottawa company, you can still have another company where you do laundry, so you can still call it what you can say okay Ottawa company, or you can call it Ottawa laundry, because that one can be your next that one can be your what your next company. So when you see anything that says workspace, that is your what your present company that you're that you're doing this work on. So now you know that for every company to exist now, they have what they call what contracts or projects, right? So now we have this project called what Ottawa project. We can still add more. If you want to add more, we call it what? We call it what? Boards. So if I want to add more board, now I can simply do what? Click on this big plus next to the name of the company and do what? Add a board. Look at the board here, click on it, and then you do what? I will now click another one. I'll say okay. I will say okay. Maybe you can call it another place. Maybe you are trying to manage a school from here. So maybe you can call it what? Maybe Ishiaki what? Community school. Community what? School. So maybe they give us a job to what? To supply them uniforms. Community school. Okay. So we have to supply them uniform because we are assuming that what Otawa is a what is a fashion design company, right? So we are going to keep that in mind while we are working with it. So what if you still have another one again? Maybe they give you another project again and they say Christmas is coming. One company, maybe First Bank, they say they want to sew small shoot and shoot for all their staff. Like they want all the staff to wear the same uniform during the Christmas, in fact, throughout the entire month of December. So if they give you that contract now, you can now do what? You can now come back to your board and do what? Under the same company now, you can do what? You can add that contract as well. You can name it what? First Bank what? First Bank. You can say okay, First Bank what? Fashion attire. Okay. Now that is for what? For your board. Now we can talk about adding workspace. Okay. Now remember that we have this company here, Ottawa Community Limit, I mean Company Limited. Then this company now this company now has what? Has this project that it's what it is working on. But what if you have another company somewhere else? Like maybe you are still now, maybe you are still within the same Lagos, but you have two companies. One is in Orile, Ottawa Company Limited. Then inside Aja, you have Ottawa Cleaning Services, and you also have staffs there. So you can now do what? You can come back to your money.com and do what? And add it as a what? As a workspace, because that one is a different company. You can come in here and what? Say, okay, manage workspace. But then now you're not going to manage workspace. You want to what? Add new one. So you come down to the below here and do what? Click on add new workspace. Click on it and then just name it what? Name it Otanwa. Otanwa what? Laundry. Aja. Or you can even call it Otanwa what? Otanwa cleaning. Cleaning what? Services. And it is in where? Aja, Lagos State. So you can do what? You can close it. Okay, so you now see now we now have what? We now have this workspace now. Okay, so when we now have this workspace now, maybe they gave us a job to clean that VFS where they go for visa. You can come here and do what? You can come here and what? Add that contract. You can say okay. You can call it a. You can say okay. Click on the plus and what? Add a board. Now what is the name of your board? Is the name of the contract. So they say okay, it's visa office. So say okay, VFS what? VFS what? Office. You can do what? You can click on create. Then maybe they give us another job and say, okay, maybe God is good. Said, please, I mean, we can no longer be getting people to come and clean for. They don't last. After they clean for 2 months, they will say they want to stop work. So please come and be the one that will be cleaning our every of our park in Aja. So you do what? You can come here and do what? Add it again as a what? As a board. So for every contract you have that you want to manage inside of your what? Of your money.com, you add it up as a what? As a board. So you can now come here and do what? You can say, okay, GIG what? GIG cleaning what? Contract or project, whatever you want to call it. So this is GIG cleaning what? Cleaning contract. And you can say create and it will be good. This is just how it works, guys. So I will go back to my main board, which is my what? Ottawa Company Limited. So we can start sewing all the senators what cloths. But if I was to give any, in fact, if I was to get any job to sew cloth for them, I'll make sure that the bottom is empty so that they can go down there and then, so they can go out there and what wear tear clothes in the public. Maybe let them happy to suffer out well. So when they are working on people not be seeing their bumble. So I can't see his screen very well. The writings are very, very tiny. Oh my god. Yes, of course, because you are very, very new. So we have now talked about boards and workspaces. Now, what about the favorites? The favorites is maybe that project that you like working on every time. Like for instance, maybe the project might be the one that actually when anytime you are there now you are getting tips. Or maybe anytime you are there now, maybe the guy they talk well or the client actually serves you well. What do you do now? You can come in if you have that kind of project, you can come in here and do what? And say, okay, maybe it is the first bank job because you know that they'll pay you well. So you can come here and do what? and favorite it. How do you favorite it now? You just have to come in here and click on this, and you see what? Add to favorite here. When you now add it to favorite, it will now come in here as what? As one of your favorite projects. So I'll click on add favorite. And if I come in here now, you can see that it is now here as what? First Bank's what? Attire. So I will still go back. So I'm just trying to show you around what the work environment on Monday.com, because I know that you have already done it before now, so it's not a big deal. So we have my work. Okay, we have my work. Somebody wants to ask me, what does my work do? Well, my work actually tells you all what you've been doing for the entire week. You can see now it's saying this week. In fact, it's even saying today, right? So you can even switch it to the work to the calendar view to see. You can see now this is the week. Today is 14th, and it's showing that I'm what working with what Otama projects, right? So that is what this my work does. So we will talk about the home, and that is just it. Now, if you come here, you'll be seeing something like notification. When we start now, whenever somebody comments on their project, you see the notification here. Then we have what? Updated what? Or update feed. So this update feed is what? As people are working on the what? On their different tasks assigned to them, you'll be seeing it on the what? On the update feed. Then we have this human icon here, which is what? Invite members. Now, if you click on this now, you can be able to what? Invite member into your what? Into your monday.com, and you can do that by entering their email, or by what? Simply sending them a what? A link. When you copy this, if you copy this link now, then you send to them, they'll be able to what? To join it. That's just the way it works. And then we have this marketplace. Like AP always mentions, marketplace is where you see what? All the tools that you can use to do what? To do wonders and exploits on your monday.com or any other tool that you are exploring. So you can see that in here now, we have so many tools here that you can do what? You can actually bring up into monday.com to be able to solve different issues that monday.com can help you to what? To solve. So that is that. Then we have search. If you want to search through your workspace, because some of you now, you're going to be employed in a company that has a lot of projects to handle. When that happens, you don't want to start scrolling down and say, I'm looking for this project, so it was done 2 weeks ago. No. Just know the name of the project and do what? Use this search to what? To find it. Just enter the what? Name of the project, and it will come outside for you. Then we have this help tool here. If you ever need help with money.com, you can use the help tool to find your what? To find support or read through the knowledge base. Then we have this product switcher. So if you want to, so this one is actually you trying to switch to other tools by monday.com. You know that monday.com is a what? Is a brand name. So they have other products that they are also offering. Now, if you don't know what a brand name means, a brand name is more like Dangote. Dangote is a brand name, and money.com that we are using now is their project or their project tool that they are selling to us as a what? As a product. Just as Dangote will sell us what? Salt or sugar or whatever. So those sugar and whatever are what? Are product of what? Dangote. So when you come here now, you see that we have work management, we have marketplace, we even have others like maybe CRM here. Now some of you, okay, I think it was Arinze that was doing well, he was exploring one day CRM the other day and thinking that he was doing the project management. And I told him that, oh, guy, you don't lose. So that is what you use this place here for. Then we have what? We have this one here, which is your what? Your profile. When you click here, it means you want to what? You want to modify things that pertains to you as an owner of what? Of this money.com account. So whether you want to do billing, you want to import data, you want to handle automations, or you want to work with developers or trash or archive, or maybe change things in your administrative, whatever, or maybe manage your team. You can do that with what? When you click on this part here. So having done that now, we can now begin to what? To work in our monday.com. So I know that right now everybody is okay. So the meeting so far is 37 people out of 500 people in the group. Only 37 feel like they need help, so they are here. So today, by the time I'm done with you, you're going to start learning how to what? Manage monday.com. So just pay attention, guys. I'll click on that and I'll come here and I can say, okay, this is Ottawa Cleaning Services in Aja, and I can see my contract on that one. And then if I want to switch to another workspace, the same three dots, then do what? Browse all workspace, and then I'll be able to go back to my what? Dangote Cement. So is it clear now how to switch to Workspace? Now we have from our we have now known all the different aspects of this money.com now. Let us now go and start our work properly. So to start our work, I will switch to the appropriate workspace, which is my Otanwa community, company limited, and there I will do what? I will do my job. So the essence is that whenever you see me doing anything I'm doing here now, if you see it anywhere else, you can be able to replicate it. That is just the essence. So, but before now, some of us here will not only use this one for maybe don't think that money.com is only going to be used maybe for project management and all of that. No. If you are into consulting, into marketing, you can still use it though. You can see what? You can still use it. So let me show you now. When I come in here and perhaps I want to create another workspace now. So okay, add new workspace. So let us call it Juice what? Juice accounting what? Accounting hub. Okay, and I'll open it now or add it. Now it will ask me to what? You can see that it says here, it says add from template. Like we learned on HubSpot, templates are what? Pre-existing designs that help us to what? To make our work faster and easier for us. So if I say click or if I say manage from or add from template, I'll simply do what? I will click on it and then I can select any kind of template that I want, that I desire. Now, what kind of templates can I find? You can see that here now, I have IT service desk. So if you are working with an IT service desk or an IT company, they are going to work with a team or template that suits their what? Their need. We have that for customer projects, we have that for recruitment pipeline, we have that for different kind of what industries here. So if you're into marketing, like I was saying, you have marketing what templates here. You can see them even if it is email marketing, you have it here. If you're into content production, you can see there is actually a template here for you. If you are into sales and CRM, there's actually another one here for you as well. So whichever one it is now, you choose here now will tell you what you're going to see in the what in the screen. So if I select this one now, how do I select it? I'll click on it and I'll do what? It will bring me here. I can now use what? Click on use templates. And this can be me just showing it what to what I want it to be like. You can now see that everything here has what? Has actually changed. You see? These are still tasks here. These are still tasks. These are still the owners and all what you have here. But you can see that the entries are what? They are quite different from what we had before now when we were doing with with those normal one out there. So whatever thing you think you are doing as a business, this money.com can what? Can come in for even if you are carving coffee, it can be used as well. Okay? So that you don't come and think that it's only this one that I can be using it for. It's not for that kind of project. Okay, let us now start our work properly. So we are going to go back to our Ottawa company limited. Now we are here. Don't ask me question again until I'm done, please. When a question don't be too much delay me now. So now they gave us what? They gave us job to supply the fashion for all the staff at First Bank. We are going to go into it now. Now we are now into it now. Now this is a fashion job now. Okay, Kirisha, should I kick you out? Are you tired of the class? Now, this is our job or our project or our contract now. They say we should supply what? All their attires, right? So that means that we want to make sure that that everything is what? Is beautiful because you know that is a brand. First Bank is a very, very hot brand as far as Nigerian banking industry is concerned. It's going to be First Bank, GT Bank, and then any other yeye bank. We see they there. Once you don't come up for First Bank and GT Bank, you cannot be talking about okay, let us consider Stanbic. But me, I will sure place Stanbic first, sha, because that one is my bank. So Stanbic is number one, then followed by First Bank and then GT Bank, and then you cannot talk about maybe you can consider okay manager. Cannot say okay, let us just consider UBA. But after UBA, you can now pick Money Point, OPay, then before you now come and think about FCMB, Fidelity Bank, and the rest of you. So if you know you have an account with them and you are vexing, go and call police. Go and bring police. So This is our job, and we want to what? Make sure that we give it what? The best touch. Because that is a big brand that we are working with. And if we do well, the job that we are doing can do what? Can bring us more clients, because these people can actually introduce us to more of their what? Of their business partners. Even more banks can come to them and say, ah, this your attire is fine. Who made it? When you now tell them, they will say, please give us their contact, because make we sef still do am for our own. Maybe we are going to do it in our Easter holiday or during the Easter period. We're going to make sure that all our uniform are going to be what? Made by this customer, or made by this client of yours that give you this uniform. So we have to do what now? We have to ensure that we do it perfectly and deliver what? A spotless job. So now, what are the groups of tasks that are going to be here? Follow me now so you can see how it is done. Some of you that are commending my teaching, follow me now. So so couple like say I copy the fuck up from here. Follow me now and understand it better. So they say group our what? Group our what? Our projects now, or group our tasks. What are the tasks here? Now, because we are making a fashion stuff, we have to go to the market and what? And buy materials. But before then now, shey we have to still go and make sure that we measure all the staff inside the branch now? No be so. So maybe for instance, the branch is at Lekki, and we don't want to, we don't want to deliver less. So we have to go in there and measure all the male staffs and measure all the what? Female staff. So we have to go with what? With two guys, or two staff members have to visit the branch and do what? And measure them. So in this group title now, as the first group, we can say what? We can say what? The measurement what? Or we can say, maybe we can also say, okay, the beginner what? The beginner stage. Or we can call it what? The initial what? The initial stage. Or the initial what? Stage. Now, we have now named this now. What color should we give it? Now, I love to give my color based on what? How sensitive that stage is to me. So, you know that this stage now is where we're going to buy our materials, take measurements, and all of that. So we don't want to make sure, in fact, we want to make sure that that everything goes perfectly well. No mistake will be what? Will be tolerated. In fact, we don't even want to see any mistake at all. So let me just place it what? As red. So I'll click on it. See here, you click on the name that you title the group, and you do what? You can see that the color is now here. Click on the color and select what you want it to be. So I think it should be what? Cockroach red. And that can be cockroach red right there. I don't know what it is. I don't know which color be down, but me, I know a big color. So no go vex for me. So before we start sewing now, all the tasks that have to do with what before we start sewing will be what? Will be on this group stage, on this initial stage here. Now we also have another stage here. This other stage here can be after we must have gone to take the measurement now, we can now come to this stage, which can now be what? We can call the what? The cutting stage. Cutting what? Cutting stage. Then after that now, we can go to the next stage. We can call it what? The sewing stage, meaning that what? We are now sewing the material that we have cut. Sewing stage. And then we can now have the next one, which is what? The finishing stage. Finishing stage is more like, putting all those, maybe ironing what you just sewed, putting the buttons, putting the zips, putting, the hook, right? And then I think they call it plates. That time that we're doing, I think that time we're doing home economics that time, they say plates or whatever they call it. So we can now come here and do what? And click what? Add new group. You can call it what? Finishing. Finishing group or finishing stage. Finishing what? Stage. Now, lastly, we now have another final stage called what? The done or completed stage. You can come here and put a what? Another one. Now, this one now will carry green color. You can call it green. You can put the name here as what? As done or completed. Okay, so this is it now. We are now ready to what? To fly. So now we have now grouped our what? Our task into different stages now according to the what? The needs. So let us now come in here to try to populate our different tasks inside of our what? Of our stages. Now, every task here will be done by what? By a corresponding human being here. Every task here will have a what? A note. Some tasks might have a sub-task, and then we are going to have a what? A status, and then a finishing date here. So, what is an item? The item simply means your what? Your task. Now watch how I'm going to assign the tasks here. To assign a task in your project or in your contract means that you want to assign this work to people that are working with you as staffs. You can be here as a HR officer trying to work, trying to designate tasks to people that you are working with or people that you hired. Or if you're an operations manager, you can do what? Use this to work to assign tasks to people that are in your what? In your team. Just so they can be able to work to maintain time efficiency and what? Improve productivity. Nobody should be what? Nobody should be caught lagging behind or sleeping or standing without working. So we are not going to do that now. But before we do that now, as you are here now, if you touch this thing like this now, if you touch it now, you hover over it now, you see that there is a small triangle here. It's a small triangle here that they say expand this item. When you expand this item now, it will be showing you other things here, and it titles it what? Sub items. Now this sub item can be more like, okay, you want to send somebody to the market, or you want to send two person to the market to buy you something, maybe cake item. Now this person that you're sending already knows where you buy all your stuff. So because you are baking cake, you know that when you go to Madam Wanyocha shop, that madam now sells almost everything. So when you now title the thing here, you can say that the main item here is what? Is to buy flour. That's okay. Go and buy flour. Say okay, buy 50 kg of what? Of flour. 50 kg bag of what? Bag of what? All purpose flour. Okay. Now this is the main item now, or the main task. But because you know you have a customer inside the market that you buy all your flour from, you can tell this staff that whenever they get to that customer in the market, they should buy other things from her, like baking powder. Baking powder. You can have other things like, maybe you can have things like maybe rolling pin. You can have rolling pin. You can have other ones like maybe you can have what's it called? Sugar. You can have sugar. You can have other things like maybe salt, right? Salt. And then you can also have maybe nutmeg, right? So this person now knows that when he gets to the shop now, he has to buy everything from there. And that is our what? Our subtask for you. So now, mind you that we are not here to what? To bake cakes. So I'm still going to just remove that. Just trying to do that for you to what? Be able to understand what I'm trying to say. So now, we're now going to what? Add our first task. What is our first task? Now, this is just the initial stage. And we have, in fact, we need people to go and what? To go and collect measurements. So we will need two staffs to go and do this one. So we can say, okay, um, go to the branch and collect measurements. Okay, they're going to collect measurement from the what? From that branch of the what? Of the bank. Okay, so this is now a what? A task. And we have, if you look here, you see there's what they say there's a what? Five sub item, which means the what? There are other tasks under what? That task. So when you now go here now, it can be trying to what? Trying to measure, okay, um, maybe specify the body type, specify the what? The body type. Also, uh, you can still pick, okay, uh, detailed what? Detail the what? The height. And then you can still talk about their what? Their waist, waist. Then I think for the ladies, you can say, okay, bust. Is it? I think is it not bust or b? Is it bust? Okay. Then you can also have, I think the neck width, neck, to know how fat they are. All these bankers, they eat too much. They eat too much. What's it called? They eat too much hamburger. So sometimes now their neck seems to be very very thick and large. So don't go and use the normal commercial eye to look at them, because some of them can be very, very large and thick. So make sure that you are giving a detailed what? Measurement, so that nobody come and say, ah madam, you saw am when I lift my hand the thing come tear, e come make poor. No, that kind of thing no go dey, because everything is what? It's well measured. Because yeah, some people are like that. They will sew you cloth, When you wear it, and maybe you are trying to drag Moluwe for maybe for a park, when you just lift your leg up, you hear power. As you hear power, my brother and my sister, your things don dey ground o. In fact, you are already exposed. Everything wey your papa and your mama give you don dey outside. E don already dey. In fact you are even almost naked. Wallahi talai, if they look under, they go see something. Honestly. So you don't want to what? You don't want to have that kind of situation. So that's why you do what? You pay attention to what you're measuring. So you measure everything where their waist, the length, the allowance that that you have to give. That is why I say you will what? Send two persons. Imagine me now, a guy now, and now come and be measuring a lady. And I say, Auntie, oh, Auntie, widen your agada, or Auntie, widen your leg. That can be me going to what, go and see what I don't want to see there. So nobody wants to what, do that. So you send a lady for what? For ladies. You send males for what? For male, for the males. That kind of stuff. So that's why you send what? You send two staffs what? For this task. So this task now will be done by what? By two staffs. Now we've already specified what we want here, and that is that. So we can now do what? We can now assign it to what? To a member of our what? Of our team. So who will now be that member of our team? We need to come in down here and do what? Select them. We can select Fasikpe Boluwatife, and then one more person. We're going to add one more person. We can say, okay, Omoye can be that person, and then they'll be what? They'll be, they'll be doing that job together. So I'm assuming that these two people are what? Male and female. If the two of you are male, don't boss be that too. But before we get to this person now, we have what they call comments. Okay, comments is where you, as the project manager or as your guy that is assigning this task, you can actually do what? You can actually do, enter more details, but to help your team work effectively. Now they are going for measurements now. What do you think is that thing that you can actually add to make them more efficient, or to make sure that they collect the right thing? What do you think that you can actually attach to this message or to this task now? Who can tell me what they need to attach? Anybody here? The mic is open. Yes, Jennifer Ebuehi, what do you want? What do you think that they should attach to that task? Okay, but I've already specified that on the subtask. Yes, Festa. People, never reach that side now. I said a little note. See, we are trying to add a comment. It's not just see we have a small comment here just to add a small comment to add, like just trying to help them to be able to understand what you want them to do. Anyway, I think I will just make you understand better later on. But for now, I can just come here and do what and add and say, please pay attention to what to your tape. No mistakes will be what will be tolerated. So they can now know that what that work that they assign to them is what sensitive. So now we have status. Status is what, as they collect these tasks now, they have to show us that okay, they have started working on it. To maybe while they are going along the way now, maybe SARS told them along the way. Maybe while they were going now, somebody had running stomach and decided to go and say okay, or maybe somebody started feeling sick. So they will not do what? They will not change the status and then say maybe they are stuck on the way, or maybe they are done, or maybe they are what? They are having issues. Okay? But me now, I like leaving it on what? On not started. As far as you have not received your task, it's going to be on what? Not started. So I will come down here now. I want to select a status that will be showing what? Now, so I will just come here and say, okay, I'll select this one, and I'll come down here and I will say edit label. So edit now, I can now do what? I can say, okay, new label, and I'll call it what? Not started. And I'll do what? I will apply. So if I come here and I can select not started, and that will just be it there. So then I will now have what? The date for the what? For the task. When should this task be started or be carried out? You can say, okay, task could be carried out on what? On Monday. Okay? Task is what? On Monday. You can even, okay, this will only allow you to select just one particular day. Okay? But I think there should be room for timeline. Let me come here and add timeline instead of, okay, look at timeline here. So you see timeline now, I will remove dates. But the date now cannot be here as the day that I created this task. because some of you now you are fond of denying. Say no, you didn't give me any task. Oh. So I will now say, okay, look at the date there. You see the date. But then now the timeline now specifies what, how long this task of measurement is going to what, is going to last. Okay, for instance now the bank branch, how many staffs do they have there? Do they have 40 staffs abi 60 staffs? If they have 60 staffs, can we take all the measurements in one day? You know that sometimes they might just give out, they might just give out the staff only 10 minutes to go and do the measurement and come out. But sometimes now maybe they might actually be having a lot of rush in the bank. So even that 15, even that 15 minutes to might not be enough. Okay, so we can also, okay, let it be done by what, in 2 days. So we can say, okay, the task is going to be what, from maybe from on Monday to when, till on Wednesday next week. And that can be our what, our task. You can see now the time is now here as what, as 3 days. That is their time to work to accomplish this task for us. So that is the first task. We now have the what, the second task here. The second task should be what, should be market. Say go to the market, go to the market. Now when you go to the market, now what are you going to buy? You need to add what, add subtask here. You can come down here, click on this small triangle, and then to bring you down, you can now add what to buy from this person. You can add and say, okay, you're going to buy things like, you can put needle there. After buying the needle, you are going to buy me what? Buy me machine oil. After that, now you're still going to buy me what? Thread. Okay, thread can be what? Can be red. You can put it in brackets and say, okay, red, green, black, and what? White. Okay, that is a task or a subtask. Then you can now put the last one and say, okay, also buy the what? Buy material. Buy materials. Okay. Now we now have our what? Another task here now. And they say we should what? We should buy all these things inside the market here. This one is just a task for the day. Okay. Now this task here means that what, that the person that went here now must have what? Must have completed the task or the first task. The first task must have been worked, because now you're seeing that they say you should go and buy material. If you don't go to the bank and know what they want and sample the material to them, can you, I mean, will you know what to go and buy? No. E also, if you don't take the measurement now to be able to quantify the material to be able to use for the material, I mean for the job, will you know what to buy? You will not know what to buy. So that's why what, this second task here what will depend on the what, on the first one. Okay, so you can now come here and do what, and say, okay, refer to what, refer to the sample material attached below. That now that can be the first, just the first comment. Then it's okay. Uh, buy only original what, machine oil. Okay. Then if you want to attach color of the material, you can actually come here and do what, and click on files and do what, add a sample of the material you want them to buy. You can come in here, select any picture as your what, as your sample. So I'll come to my downloads. I have pictures here. I will pick any of them and I'll do what, and I'll just attach it. Yes, that can be my sample of what, of the what they are going to buy for me as regards to material. Okay, I know be fashionista, so I don't know the kind of thing that you people use. So that can be our what, second task. Then we have the third task. The third task is what? Now, before we go to the third task, now we have not actually assigned it to somebody. So we have to come here and assign somebody to what? To this task. We are going to assign it to this person. Of course, buying is not that hard. So one person can actually handle the task. Then we'll now change it to what? To not started, because the person never collect the work yet. So the date is what? After they are done with this one now, today's date is when we actually started the project. So today's date, then they can start the work from what? From 20th, and what, finish it on what? On 21st. Yes. Which means that what? People that want to go and do measurement, if they come back within that 3 days time, you will now do what? You can continue from the next day. Okay. Now the third task, this person just opened the mic and is now breathing inside the mic. Mute yourself now. Should they beg you first? So the third task is what? Something else too. The third task can be what? Can be you trying to bring in the what? Bring in the repairman, because now you are having a strong project or contract, and you want to what? Make sure that every machine will be what? Will be intact to serve what you need. Now, if you're bringing the maintain, or let me just call it what? Let me just call it maintenance. Say machine maintenance. Of course, your staff might not be the one that will do this one, but maybe sometimes you need to go and bring in someone that used to what, that used to repair machines for you. So you can actually come down here and tell him, okay, check. You can say, okay, I don't know the kind of machine that you have, but now you can say, okay, maybe check all the machines and fix accordingly. Okay, that is now the task. Whoever you're assigning the task to now, when the machine, or maybe when the maintenance guy come now, the person is going to check all the machines to make sure that they are what, that they are okay. You can come down here and say, please pay attention to his work. Make sure he does the job before, or I don't want to waste my money. Okay, so he's going to go and bring a workman. But if the workman is not going to do any job, then there's no need for me to what, to pay him. So the staff that is going to assign this task should make sure that the man does the job accordingly. You can see now that as I put the task now and the comment, it's now coming down here. You can actually like or reply the comment here when you start the job. So I will now come in here and do what? And wait, this one did not even add. I did not click update. This one here also I did not click update. You can see now, sometimes it's like that. So you can now come here and do what? And add a staff to this task. So I will add this person here, or myself. And then this one is what? Not started. So when will this thing be done? The task was assigned today being 15th, but it's going to be what? Taking just a day. So you can do it tomorrow, sir, when we are closing the shop, because we know we don't work on Saturdays. Now this is all the tasks you have on your what? On your first stage. These are the tasks you have on your first stage. Now we'll now go to the second stage now, which is what? The cutting stage. The cutting stage can commence after they have what? After they have bought all the material that we need. Then they have also checked that everything that we actually needed is what? Is completed. Even the machines that we need has been what? Has been maintained. And then all the measurements from the bank staff are what? Are taken. I am this slow because I want people that are telling me I'm too fast. I hope I'm not fast again, Rachel and Co. Festa, your hand is up. What do you want to say? Added what? We have not added a task for someone to sew the materials for us, or sew the main attire for us. So who will not do this job now? We are going to assign it to what? To one of the senior staffs, of course. And then it's not started yet. And then priority is what? It's critical. In fact, it's very high priority, but it's not critical. So it has to be what? High priority. Then task was created on what? On the 15th. And should take about what? 2 days. So it should be what? From 22. You can even work on Saturday and finish it up. But then it also depends on the number of what? Whatever is doing, is going to sew for me. So if the number is much now, it might take longer. This you can start from 22 and then last on what? 29th. You can see now he has about 7-8 days to work on the what? On the sewing. Then also sew the what? The female what? Female attire. And of course, we're going to assign it to another of our senior staff, senior colleague. And we have him here. Okay, let me even do it myself. Okay, let me remove this person. He's not going to be able to work because he's doing on the other one first of all. So I'm not okay, it's not started yet. And then the next one is what? It's a high priority work task. And of course, started on the 15th and will end on what? 22 to 29. 1 week to sew all. So this is just how you do what? You continue to do it now until you are what? You are done. Now it is now time for us to also bring in our junior staffs. Those people that are still learning how to hook, maybe how to hold hook and sew with with their hand. So they have to come and put in our buttons, our hook, and all of that, and even ironing. So we have to come and say, okay, this is our finishing stage now. You can say iron. So you can say, okay, press iron the what? The male clothes. Because now they are no longer material, they are now what? They are now clothes. You can come here and say what? Who will do that now? It's our junior staff. Who's our junior staff? Our junior staff is what? Omoye. Then is he started it? No. Priority is what? Iron is actually very critical because if you burn am, now who go pay for am? They don already spend time sew the cloth. If you burn am, shey you and now you come go market again abi? Come go buy the material come back. Okay, so that's why we need to be what? Is what? High what? Sensitivity. So give it what? High priority. Of course, on the 15th, and timeline is what? Maybe because he's going to be the one that will iron all the what? All the clothes. So you can give him maybe about 4 days. Shey there's constant lights now. We are in the, we live for industrial area, so we all give him 4 days to handle that project perfectly or that task. You can say okay, but before we now say iron now, we can actually say okay, we can say fix buttons on the shirt, on the shirts. Yes. Of course, another junior staff will do it for us. That can be what? Gona Vivian or Gona Vivian. So is he started it yet? No. So high, the buttons are not high, so that can be a low priority task because anybody can fix a button. Maybe this one is just our new staff. It's just about 1 week old. He never to get experience like that. So when did I assign the task? On the 15th. And then when should he complete it? Not be just to sew button. Only 2 days do jare. 2 days. But then now remember that what that everything here has to be what completed. So maybe on the 30th now you should start fixing them. Yes, from the 30th to what? To on the first, maybe the bank has about 60 staffs. So you have to make sure that he's paying attention. Then somebody else can do what? Can, fix the hooks on the what? On the dresses, or let me just say attire, because it's not only the ladies that have a hook. Even the male too still get hook, though they dey sew am with machine for the belt. But for the shirt now, you can still put hook. Some people can say, please give me a very very fine design. Do not start putting hook in the neck. Ehen. So this is our put hook. Who can do that now? It's one of our senior staff. Yes, can say Fasipe, and then we can now say not started, and then of course it's not high priority job. Of course, assigned on the what? 15th, and to be completed on what? On the 9th to what? That. Now this is our task now. Shebi it is sweet, Abby. I think it is sweet now. Is it hard? It's too easy. I don't know why people are thinking that Monday.com is too hard. It's not hard though. It's not difficult. Some of you are even already sleeping in my class. If I catch that person, let me even check whether the person don't wake up. The person don't wake up. So because you are not done with the task, you drag it down. However, to drag it down, you do what? Simply bring your hand to the what? To the task that you want to drag down. So once your mates tell you that they have completed the job, now they come here and say, okay, completed or done. You come in here and you do what? You drag it down. This is your job as a project manager. Okay, you drag it down. But sometimes now, because you have multitude of projects here now or tasks here, there's no time for all that. One start scrolling which project is completed and all of that. There's no time for that. So there's no time for that. Now what do? You need to what? Find a way to do it what? Automatically, that even if you are not there, that thing will what? It will work for you, and you can be able to what? Just be hands free and then do other things with that time that you're supposed to use and do it here. So if you are supposed to do it here now, it will take you time to be dragging them one by one, taking them to where you want them to be. But Money.com actually gives us what they call automation. What? Automation that can help us to what? To do the dragging down for us. Even if you are flying to Jamaica, you don't have network. Nobody has to work, but that is so far as people that are working on your task and they have come here to say that they are done with the task now. The task will what? It will move from wherever stage it is now to the what? To the done stage, or to the completed stage. So now, how do you achieve that? We call it what? Automation. Automation. Say it. Automation. Yeah. Is Arinze is Arinze here? Arinze is not here. Is he here? I can't find him here. Arinze is not here, even though he has been doing so, but I was expecting him to be here today to come and learn. He has been actually be practicing. You don't follow woman come out. You don't follow woman come on, no wahala. I mean, you want to go and press and be pressed. So bad draw. Okay, now let us now do what automation to tell you how the thing works. Okay, now like I said before, automation is what is that special feature on HubSpot, I mean sorry, on money.com that allow you to what? To actually complete your task without being there. You don't even have to do anything. Okay? And it works with what? Any of these columns here. You can tell automation that what whenever so and so person is assigned a task, it should what? Act in a different way. Whenever this status is changed from what? From this one to done, it should behave in a what certain way. Whenever priority changes from what to what, it should behave in a what in a in a special way. Then you can even tell it that what that whenever a task is created, it should what behave in a certain way. That is what automation can do for you. So let us now go and see how automation actually works on monday.com. So may not come like say we just play here. Okay. So this part now we call it what? How to do automation on what? Monday.com. How do you do automation on monday.com? Now, when you want to do automation now, first of all, you need to what? Know what you want to achieve. Now, we say that what? Whenever a task that was assigned to anybody on this board is completed, that particular task should what? Should be taken from whatever stage it is now to what? To the done group below. You know that all these things here are groups now. So if it is on now, if that task was on the initial stage or on the cutting stage or the sewing stage or the finishing stage, it should be what? Taken to the what? To the completed what? To the completed group or to the done group. Are you following? Are you following? Okay. So we'll now configure that one now for this our what? For this our contract now, so that whenever we say okay, we have 60 contract, I mean we have 60 shares to sell for the branch staffs at Orinle. Okay, we have now sold 40, we have sold 45, we have now sold what? 60. But then you will now assign people what? Task. So whenever this person does the job now, he will now come down here and say what? You come here and you say, okay, it's done. Now when you say done now, this thing now will move the task from here to the what? To the bottom. And it will do so whether you are here or you are not here. It doesn't care whether you are here on the system or you don't have network or you are flying to Kafanchan with a private jet or with bicycle. It doesn't care. It will do its job what? On its own. So how do you start automation now? You come into this top here. You see where they say automate here. This is automate here. Click on automate and it will what? It will bring you to the what? Automation center. You can see that this place now is a different word on its own. You can even see that it has templates here. It has templates here. Okay, you can even do it such that what whenever somebody changes status of a job to something, it should send a mail to what? To somebody else. Or you can even send you a WhatsApp message through what? Through Zapier. But I will not do that. I will not do that. I will not do that one because Equi have not taught us that one yet. So when she touches that one, now you can now use that idea to what? To do your own automation inside of your monday.com. Because if I teach you Zapier now, it will be as if I'm being too forward. So I will not do that one. So let us now go and do what? And do automation for our what? Just simple one here for the what? For the board that we have worked with so far. So I want to do automation now, and I'll say, okay, this is just the default one. You say when person is assigned, move item to what? To group. When this happens, do something. So I want to work with this one here, which is a what? Custom automation. So you click on what? Add custom what? Automation. You see it now? This is the logic. Now it says when this happens, do what? Then do this. Like when I come into my room and I press my switch for light, what should happen? The room will become what? Lit now, abi? No be so? So now, so if you hear anything like automation for money.com, think about it like that. Okay, so we have to have a what? A trigger and what? An action. Like, what will make this to happen like this? What will make it to happen like that is what? When status changes to something, and then what should it do? It should move the item what? Down to a particular what? Group. So let us now do that perfectly and see how it works. So you come here, click on what? When this happens. Click on this when this happens, and then select what you want to happen. So it say most use is what? When status changes. So you can now come here and do what? Select status changes to what? To something. Select it. And then do what? It will now come to the bottom here. It said then do this. What should it do? This one here is what? Move item to group. You select what? Move item to what? To group. I'm already done. But before I'm done now, this thing here that I have here and this and that have to be what? Have to be populated. These are the conditions that I have to what? I have to meet. So you say when status changes to something, do what? Move the item to what? To a particular group. So I'll simply come in here and I'll say, okay, when status, select status here, and then when status changes to what? To something. What is that something now? Now click on the something, and then click on what? Done. Then do what? Move the item to what? To group. But which group? That is it at the bottom here. So you select it down here below. Move that item to what? To the done or what? Completed group. And then you do what? Create automation. We are good to go. This automation is now what? Is now running. Sometimes now you can come here and it is what? It is off. If it's showing like this now, it means that what? It is off. It will not work. So you now do what? Switch it on. Once it is like this now, in fact you are done. So if I now come in here now, just pay attention now. Pay attention, guys. Look at it now. You see that I'm here now on the finishing stage now. If I come down here now and I change the status now to done, watch what will happen now. If I change it to done, I'll click on done. Now see my mouse here. You see, it came down. And it even wrote and told me, it said an automation has what? Moved an item to what? To a group. You can see that one here now. Which means that what? That my automation did what? It worked effectively. So even if I am going somewhere or I'm in London, this thing can work on its own. Some of you that are doing this job now, if you actually have your laptop and then you are logged in here, once you change it to anything here, to status here, once you change it to state, from this not started to done, that item will what? It will move down to the what? To the completed section here. And that is good to go. If I come in down here and I change and I say, okay, this I'll go to market now. If I change it to done now, watch what will happen. I'll keep my mouse here. It will move. It has left there. It was three here before. Now I have only two here. Look at it at the bottom here. Can you see? That's just that's just how it works. So if I come down to this swing stage now and I change this to from this one to maybe to done, it will move. Look at it. It has moved down. Watch. You see now, I now have three here. This is just how automation does what? How it works. It's not magic. It is what? Science and what? Technology. And we are all using it as what? As witches. I want to do another automation inside the board now. So I will come here again and I will go to my what? Automate. You can see that it's saying me I have one here active. So I want to tell you to what? To mail somebody whenever status changes. So I'll come in here and I will say, okay, add what? Automation. Okay, so I will say when this happens, do what? Now, whenever status changes to something, do what? I want to say, okay, now send someone or notify somebody. So I'll come here and I'll say what? Notify. So when status changes to something or to stock, now when you say somebody is stock, it means that maybe they are doing something for the project, or maybe they are going to market now, maybe something now happened. Now, once they now change that status to what? To stock now, what should happen? The person that give them that message should receive a message that okay, your staff don't stock or somewhere. Oh. So I cannot do what? I can say, okay, notify someone. Okay. So who should need not notify? I will say myself, because I'm not their boss. So I'll come here and I will say what? Notify. Okay. Then what will not be the message? Here it will not. I'll come here and I'll do what? I'll come and put the message here. So what should not be the message? You say, okay, say dear sir, okay, your staffs working on Okay, I can say, okay, maybe, yes, sir, one or more of your staffs working on, I will not put what? Item name or task name. So you can say item name or board name. So I will say what? Item name, which is what? Any of the tasks now. Under which board? Under what? Under the, I will now put the board name, which is what? The contract name. Okay. Are stuck while doing their what? Their task. Okay. Kindly reach out to them and sort them out ASAP. Okay, you see now, that can be me trying to what? I've not done my what? My automation is now what for this. So whenever somebody is stuck on any of the on any of the tasks now, they will send me a message about that, yes sir, my people working on this task, on this, in fact here it will not tell me which task be that one. That is why I have this item here. Then under which contract, see the contract name here. Then I should do what? They are currently stuck. Then I should do what? I should reach out to them and then sort them out ASAP, right? I will just say done. Okay, then I'll do what? Create automation. And when I'm done with that now, it should be what? It should be active. Yes, it is what? It is active. Okay. So now this is my second word, automation. So this now means that what? That if somebody should come here now and say that they are stuck now, it will what? It will send me an email. Let me go and check whether I have the access to that email that I use. Because some of my email now, they are on the this. I don't actually have access to them. So whenever it shows that somebody is stuck now, it should notify what? It should notify somebody. So I will simply come in here and then I'll try to select a team member. Okay. Otanwa is still not showing. Where Otanwa can go? Abi don't go Tanwa. Eh? Okay, let's select. Let me say person. Who is the person now? Nobody is bearing person here. Let me say team. Nobody is a team here. Let's select custom. Why is the name not coming up here? The name is not coming up. Why? Okay, are you able to receive email there now? Because I want to be able to do it and then you'll be able to receive the mail and then show us in your system that you actually got the mail. That's what I want to do. The person will not receive the mail and what? And what? Know what to do. So you say what? When that status changes to what? To stock, when any of my staff is stuck on any of the projects, they should what? They should notify what? Otanwa Michael. Okay? So I'll do what? I will click on what? Update automation, and that is it. It is going to what? Going to work. So if I come in here now and where it is showing this status, if I change it to stock, okay, it will what? You see now, you say an automation is what? Has sent a notification to what? To someone. So if I go to my other accounts now, let me go to the other accounts now. I'm now here now. If I refresh my mail now, you can see that I have what? I have an email here, right? It says what? It says, dear sir, one or more of your staff working on go to market. See it now. Go to the branch and collect what measurement under the first bank fashion attire are what? Are stuck while doing their what? Their task. Kindly reach out to them and what? Sort them out ASAP. Can you not see how this one works now? Can you see it working? Okay, let me see do one. Now let me see do one more now. Let me see do one more. So if I come down here and I set it to what? To stock, it will send me a message. To send me a message that what? That my staffs are stuck somewhere. You see? It is so fast, eh? See now? Say one of your blah 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 and one of what they're working on what? On cotton material for males under the first bank fashion attire are stuck on what? While doing their task, reach out and what? Sort them out ASAP. You see it now? Is that not beautiful? So based on this guy view on this stuff, you can see change view to other kind of what views. You can come here, click on view, you can select table view. Of course, we are already using the table view. You can select Gantt chart. Let's see how Gantt chart looks like. You can see how Gantt chart looks like here. Can you see how Gantt chart looks like? This is it here. This is how it should look like. It's not this one is quite advanced, so if you're not good at it, don't even bother because it will twist your brain. Then we can even add, charts. This is our chart view. This is how it's going to look like. You see, click, you see done, la la la. Then we can even add more here. You can actually add Kanban here as we did it on, that one, we did that one on Trello, right? You can see it now. You can see the one that we have that are done. You can see not started here. Can you see stock? Can you see working on it? Everything here. Okay. So that is just how it is. So if I change anyone now to stock, maybe I carry this one now and I take it back to that stock now. You can see that it will still send me an email. It will send me an email. Look at my email now. My email. Oh, did I close email? Oh my god. Okay, if I come down here and then I open my mail and I check it, if I come in here and I can see that I have a new task that is what they say they are stock. You can see now it still came up here. That is how it works. It works. So automation actually, when you hear it now, you start being scared. Hey. It's hard or it's difficult. So nothing hard things. Just know where to touch and touch it what accordingly. You must what? You must obey.